It's time to learn in your PJs with Miss D. And helping me today is my healthy snack, apples and peanut butter. In today's video, you will learn how to tell time to the half hour. In our previous video, we learned how to tell time to the hour. This time it's in the half hour. It's a little bit trickier than how to tell time by the hour. But watch this, we'll do it together, you can do it.
Let's get to work. I've got our worksheet ready to go. I've got blank clocks. We are going to be writing the hands in ourselves. And just like in our previous video with telling time, I've got a nice squiggle at the bottom where we'll switch our brains. We'll already have the hands on the clock. It'll be up to us to write the time. Let's start from the beginning. I already have my name on my paper and a little star up here. I wrote these words because this is the skill we're going to be practicing today, how to tell time to the half hour. Some people also call it half past the hour. And once I show you the hands on the clock, that will make more sense. Let's get started. Here's our first clock. And just like last time, we talked about hands on the clock. The minute hand is longer. The shorter hand is called the hour hand, and it's smaller. In our previous video about learning how to tell time to the hour, every time our minute hand pointed up to the 12. But that changes today. For today's video, every time you see the minute hand, it's going to point down to the 6. Almost touching that 6. We really want to see the minute hand is longer than the shorter hour hand. Okay, so every single clock today you will see pointing down to the 6, down to the 6, over and over and over again. And I already have them ready to go down here. Down to the 6 today. It's going halfway around the clock. That's why we call it half past. Last time we began to the 12. Now the hand is going halfway around down to the 6. And there's the other half of the hour. Let's say we want to make it 9:30. It's not 9 o'clock because the minute hand is pointing down to the 6. It's half past 9 o'clock, which is also called 9:30. Now remember those words half past I wrote up here? That's really important to remember in your brain. It's important to remember we're going halfway around the clock, and the shorter hand is also going to go half past the time we're talking about. In this case, we're talking about 9 o'clock. So I want to make this little hour hand go half past the 9. Now remember, I can't go really long because it's only one long hand here. That's the minute hand. It has got to be shorter. But it's going to go halfway past the 9. And that is what 9:30 looks like in real life. 9:30. Or half past 9. I've got my minute hand down on the 6, and I've got my hour hand going halfway past the 9. Let's move on to another one. This time we're going to make half past 1 or 1:30. I like to do the minute hands first. And we remember it goes down. Oop, come on, pen. There we go. Down to the 6. Now we're doing half past 1. So let's focus on where 1 is. Make our little short hour hand, but it's not going to point right at the 1. Remember, it's going to go half past it. Half past 1. That is what 1:30 looks like. Long minute hand on the 6, short hour hand halfway going after the number 1. That's what 1:30 looks like. Here comes another example. This time it's 4:30. Okay, we can do this. Step 1, put that minute hand down on the 6. That's what we're practicing today. And we put the small hour hand pointing right to the 4. No, it's going halfway past the 4. Right between 4 and 5. Halfway past it. 4:30. Moving right along, we've got 8. Oop, I goofed. Not 8 o'clock. 8:30. Sorry about that. Oops. Okay, 8:30. Here we go. Step 1. long minute hand down to the 6, short hour hand halfway past that 8. Here we go. Halfway past it. Awesome. Next up, 3:30. Okay, we can do this. Hour hand down, minute hand down to the 6. Hour hand halfway after that 3. Not right at the 3, not before it. Halfway after it. Right between it and the next number on the clock. There we go. That's what 3:30 looks like. Here's our last example before that squiggly line. 12:30. Okay, we can do this. Minute hand down to the 6 like usual. Now we're going to put the small hour hand halfway past that 12. Halfway past the 12. Fix that a little bit. There we go. And that is what 12:30 looks like. We've made it down to the squiggly line. This time we'll have to kind of switch gears in our brains. This time we do not have blank clocks. The clocks already have their hands on them. It's up to us to write down which time it's showing us. Okay, we can do this. Well, we know for sure every single one of them is going to have a 30 afterward, just like in our previous examples. Not that one because I messed it up originally. Anywho, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Every single one of these will have 30 after it too. Here comes our first one. We know it's going to have a 30 afterwards because the long minute hand is pointing down to the 6. But what about the hour? It's what 30? It's half past what? No, not 12. Aha! 11. This is showing us half past 11 or 11:30. See that? That little hour hand is pointing halfway between the 11 and the 12. Half past 11. Moving right along. We know it's going to have 30 after it. But what about the hour? It's what 30? Half past what? Let's see. I've got a little hour hand here. I'm going to follow it. It's halfway past the 3? No, that would be down here. It's half past 2. Half past 2. Or as we like to call it, 2:30. 2:30, half past the 2. Here comes our final example in this video. We can do it. We know it's something 30 because that long minute hand is down to the 6. But it's what 30? Half past what? Let's see here. Following that little hour hand. It's halfway between the 6 and the 7, which means it's half past 6. This is what 6:30 looks like. Thank you so much for watching. Keep on practicing those clocks. And now you know how to tell time to the hour and to the half hour.